Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Univerism. This is like my third time recording this. First time, something went wrong with the video quality, and the second time I was an idiot and wasn't recording my voice for about 30 minutes of it. So, third time's the charm, as they always say. So, welcome back. This is Season 2, Episode 6, and we are back into the Univerism. So, we actually just unlocked electronics, and that is what we are going to be building today. So, which is exciting. We pretty much have everything. Yeah, we do have everything for making electronics. There's a few things that we are going to need more of today. First thing is food. We're going to need more storage for water, and we're going to probably need another power plant for power. Glass is going to probably be slow to produce today because we only have eight things of glass and tons of cement. So, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to make another steel mill because we are going to be in desperate need for more steel nowadays. So, let's get that up and running. The other thing is that in one of my comments in the last video, somebody said that the residential will upgrade it into skyscrapers in a year's time. So after all 4 seasons, which I think is really cool that these actually change with some time. That's actually what's happening in this building. So this building you can see is, that was the original building, and all of this blue is being added on. So, very cool that these buildings can change, and I think that is going to lead to some exciting and different styles of buildings. So if we look at research, we should be able to, and I say this because I have 2 other attempts of recording this, we are going to be able to get to industrial boom or eco-holism, and which is fantastic. We're going to make a break for it, though, for hydroponics. That is so that we can get better farms, so that way we can get more food, because food is a problem, and medical ethics as well. This adds plus 20 years to the Nugget's lifespan, which is a considerable amount of time, and that will really help us skyrocket our population growth. So, those are the ones that I'm going to speedrun for, and hopefully we get those in a decent amount of time. A few other things. Food is not doing great with the amount of people we have. So, we're going to make a lot more farms, and hopefully that will help solve it. So we're going to make 3 more farms right now. If we need to make more, we'll make more. I hope we don't, because farms are starting to take over the planet. And, sometimes you want other things to be taking over the planet. So we will see. But we're going to make, actually, I guess we'll make 4 farms. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So that is good. Now, air quality is looking pretty rubbish. So we're going to create a few parks over here. Just the anti-city alleys. To increase that. And we're going to build 5 of these, because that'll increase the planet condition by 25. And that'll get us over that 100 mark. And let's see here. So we can actually upgrade schools now to universities, which is fantastic. This is going to take a lot of resources away from other buildings that we want finished as well, but we also need to we also need educated nuggets. So that is something that we should do. Now, I actually do see a couple of dead nuggets. Like, there's a dead teacher here. which is, not fantastic. Let's make sure that there's a cemetery nearby, and it doesn't look like there is. So we actually might have to make a cemetery just for the school area. Yes, that does seem like the case. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. And continue upgrading these schools. Yep, moderate air quality. I figured that was going to happen. So we're going to have to do this gone green, which just makes it so that we have to plant a whole lot of trees within our city. Not too difficult at all. So let's do that. There we go. And boom, already finished. So pretty quick. Something I wish is that the reward for that was a little bit better. 15 nuggets that are faithful to you doesn't feel like it cuts it. It feels pretty lackluster. Like a new park would be cool. Actually, a park would actually be really nice because you can only have a limited amount. But maybe what they should do is, like, for each mission, you're able to, do or create more of each park. Something on the lines of that. I think that would be pretty cool. Moderate air quality again. Okay. Alright. So also a lot of our pumps have needed to be upgraded, but there's really no need to upgrade them right now. We're generating enough water. It's not really particularly an issue. Storage, on the other hand, is an issue. So when we get a chance to upgrade those, we are going to take it. Let's hear. The other thing is there was a question about making kind of a video on tips and tricks of playing this game. So I can actually just kind of, I can do it in another episode or another type of video, but the biggest thing is just making sure, like, I'm not really sure the exact problems you're referring to. So that's kind of difficult for me to give some help on. Like, if the game is crashing a lot, then what I'd say is try to minimize the impact that it's having on your computer. Whether that's making it so that the quality of the game looks like crap, by decreasing the foliage and also a lot of other stuff, like shadows, that type of stuff. Sometimes that causes the game to crash, though, just by decreasing it. So be careful of that as well. And also the other thing is making sure that the game saves every 15 minutes. You kind of have to assume that this game is going to crash with the state that it's in, because they're not optimizing it. They're optimizing it as much as they can, but it's still not there yet. It's not a fully developed game yet. It's still in production, and you kind of have to, deal with it. Which kind of sucks because it's a lot of fun, and it sucks when majority of the game is dealing with crashing, but that's how it used to be, and I'm glad that it's not anymore. But that's really how it used to be back in, like, my original series. I wasn't able to produce videos just because of how often it was crashing. But nowadays it's more stable for me. And then I guess the other question would be how to get your population up. And that is kind of more simple. That is just using the Cupidon creator power and just mating a lot of nuggets. I prefer to do that in early stages, sort of during the Stone Age and also the Medieval Age. That's simply because if you have a higher population then you're going to definitely have a higher population in the modern age and the future age. And you don't have to do as much work in those stages. For instance, in the Stone Age, if you only have, let's say, 12 nuggets going into the Medieval Age, then those 12 nuggets are only going to be able to produce, so many more nuggets. Let's say it doubles, so it goes up to 24. But if you already have 24 nuggets in the Stone Age and going into the Medieval Age, then that means that into the Medieval Age, you're going to get up to that 48 and so on. So, trying to get them to produce as much as possible really helps. Making sure that you get contraception ban pretty much every single time it comes up. It does go against my own personal judgment in real life, because I don't believe in contraception, like banning contraception, because I think that's the stupidest thing ever. But in this game, it works really well in your favor, so I strongly recommend it. Let's see here. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've just been ranting. I don't even know where this rant. I don't know. Anyway, those are kind of some tips and tricks. And making sure that there's no other applications open on your computer really helps run the game as well. I basically only have my recording software and also Task Manager, so that way I can look at and make sure that nothing's going to crash and blow up. That's about it that I have open. So everything else is pretty low. It doesn't have a lot of impact to the game or my computer. All right, so back to the game. We have gotten hydroponics. We don't have we don't have the electronics factory though yet, which is needed to upgrade all of these farms. We'll still queue them up though, just so that way they can deliver those resources that we have available. But we'll have to wait on all of those electronics, which is too bad, because we need food. So also, it looks like reservoirs can be upgraded now as well, and I think I did that. Yeah, I did that while I was ranting. So I'm only upgrading these 8, just because I don't think we'll need more than that right now. Hopefully not, at least. We'll see, though. Oh, that's right. The other thing is that we're going to be building a whole load of fishing piers over here. And that is going to help with food. And remember that right now, fish populations don't change. So it is a set amount of resource. So the faster you bring it up, that's basically going to be it. And as long as you can store it, then it's going to be fine. And I guess if you don't have a locust swarm, but I don't think locust swarms actually affect anything. Yeah. Let's see here. What else do we need to do? We've built a cemetery. We've got these upgrading, which is pretty much where all of our glass is going. Yeah. I don't know. I think I've done basically about the whole length of the previous videos in this amount of time. Oh, wait, that's right. Power plant. So we need another power plant. So let's go ahead and build that right back here. Now, this isn't exactly needed quite yet. We still have a surplus of about 20, and we have a lot of stored energy. And always remember that if you ever need energy and you're not producing enough, just shock a battery. It will always help. Alright, so we can upgrade hospitals now. Oh, and we need to start researching again. So let's go ahead and gene splice oil refinement, because that'll give us the vehicles, which was also in a comment, so thank you for that. And sure, we'll go thermal intervention and databases and Ministry of Education. And I think that is about it for right now. Jeez, I want these to be built. It's taking them forever. I feel like I'm also talking really fast. That might just be because of how late it is right now. So I also, you know, in my past recordings, I had gone for fire stations. Now, I think it's funny because they only give us random fires when we unlock fire stations. So they only will give us the problem when we have the solution. So in that sense, if we don't have fire stations, then we never have a problem. So I'm just not going to go for them. And maybe they had fixed that in this patch and we'll get a random fire. And if that's the case, I'll just take care of it myself. But I don't think it will. Also, I think it's weird that nuggets are feeling the impact of low oxygen levels when we're at 98%. That might be an old message. Probably is. Oh, that's right. This building's the bridge is also upgrading. So that's going to take a lot of our steel beams away. But that's okay. Alright, so we do have a new election. Let's hope for contraception ban. Nope. Alright, medical aid it is. Because both of these suck. Like, yeah. So also something that I do really hope that they fixed, and this was a problem that I noticed in the past update. So I hope they fix it in this update. Is when you try to use the cloning center, your game crashes whenever you try to make a new clone. I really hope they fix that because I find it a lot of fun to customize your own nuggets. And I really want us to have a blue nation. So, like, just everyone's blue. I think that would be really cool. And it would take a long time. Because people would have to mate with people who are blue. And, yeah. But, we'll see if we can get there. And we'll see if the gene splicing will actually work. So let's go for digital administration. Because I want to see what the modern town hall looks like. I think we've probably seen it before, but I want to see it again. So yeah, it does look like we're going to get that medical aid, which is fantastic. Alright, so we did get that medical aid. So let's go ahead and celebrate about that. There was really no competition, though. But yeah, I do really think that these are pretty cool. Let's see here. We haven't gotten too many added on to yet, so. Once more are made, we will see. And we will, you know, criticize them. Or, you know, like them. Alright, so we did get oil refinement now. So that means that we're going to have vehicles. And that's just going to make it so that everything gets, you know, transported a lot faster, which I think is really nice. And a few other things. How close is this? I guess it's still got a little bit. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to see, like, you know, how all of the different vehicles correspond with different jobs. So, like, this is the engineer. And, you know, that type of stuff. But, yeah. So, we don't really have any new buildings yet that we want to make. We don't really need fuel yet. So, that's kind of out of the question. We're going to go for this motorization. Because we really need food. So, yeah. And actually, if we look, quite a few people are starting to starve, which is not good. So, yeah. Luckily, it is beginning to be spring, so the farms will get started up, and things will grow, and, you know, all of our fishing piers will be producing fish. Sadly, these fishing piers are not up and running yet, but that's because they need more glass. And speaking of which, if, is the reason why we don't have enough glass? No, they have gas. Okay. Yep, they have gas. So that's not really the problem. This is running pretty low, though. So... Alright, so let's go ahead and build another gas mine. You know, right here is a really good spot. So, we'll go ahead and build it right there. And actually, I'm curious of what it looks like now with this gas mine being here. Oh, it actually... okay, I guess that's fair. I guess there's still 537 left in that spot. But, because it did still look like there was quite a lot. Alright, so let's go wireless, telegraphy, and police radio. Telegraphy. I guess it would be telegraphy. I don't know, that's so weird. That's a weird word. I don't know. Locust swarm, congrats. We already had no food. What? Necropolis priests are in the city? Where? I don't see them. These are going to be super hard to find. People are dying of thirst. I didn't know that was possible in our city. Alright, I guess we'll upgrade a few of these then. Does seem like a few wells are being overly used, but a lot of them are doing fine, so not sure. Might have been a nugget that was glitched or something and stuck in one place, because that happens sometimes. But we are getting close. I mean, yeah, we're pretty much there at the 350 population, which I was kind of estimating that we would be at. Ooh, let's also check the water. Yeah, it's running pretty low. How are they fishing? Oh, what? They're just walking back? What? They just have left their boats out there? Alright. So, we need a little bit more rainwater in here. So let's just generate a lot to get those boats back and floating. They're glitching out a little bit. Huh. I didn't know that was going to happen. We can also build... oh, the bridge is upgrading. That is exciting. Very cool. But we can also build another fishing pier over here. Let's go ahead and build it right there, I think. And maybe one on the other side. Right there. So yeah, that is the new bridge. Very cool. It resets those tolls. So, yeah, it's kind of a cool little feature. Alright, so this water is all the way back up to 100%. So that's fantastic. So steel mill and also the electronics factory are both getting resources now. It seems like they're prioritizing the electronics factory, which is exactly what I wanted. So, working out really, really nicely. Alright, so there's apparently priests in our city. They're converting people. But, you know, I haven't really seen any of them. So, I don't think it's really that big of an issue. So, I don't know. No clue. Could not tell you. Yeah, I don't know. We'll go ahead and upgrade the archive. It doesn't really change much. You know, it just kind of makes it so that it looks better, I guess. Or it looks more for the time period. But I would like these fishing piers to be finished, though. But that's okay. Alright, so what are we going to go for next? I guess we can go for plastics. Or delicates. Yeah, delicates. We'll go ahead for those. Whoa, that's a tall building. Alright, so a couple of more residential have added on, like, the tops. So, I guess we can start critiquing them a little bit. This one's pretty cool. I kind of like that it's just a little small, little addition. You know, a little, I guess, I don't know. Just a nice roof park. Really, that's about it. Same here. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of cool. This one's pretty cool. It's kind of like a, possibly a penthouse type thing. That is definitely a penthouse. That is like a 3-story penthouse, 4-story penthouse. Yeah, that person is wealthy. I wonder if they're going to add more as well as time progresses. So like even to these buildings that have already been, you know, increased in size. I don't think so, but who knows? One can dream. Alright, so the electronics factory is really close to being finished. Just needs a few panels of glass. Same with the steel mill. So that is all really nice. Alright, let's start upgrading the town hall now. Also needs glass, so pretty much everything needs glass. You cannot have enough glass, apparently. Yeah, and it seems like my prediction about the fires is accurate, because we haven't seen one yet. So yeah, I guess just don't build the fire stations. And that's probably the case right now because they don't want random fires to come up in like the medieval age or something like that. But which I guess makes sense. So somehow the steel mill has beat the electronics factory. So the steel mill is going up first, but the electronics factory is close behind it. So as we are now going to be starting to make these electronics, I think it's going to be important to start keeping track of them. So I'm going to put that in our HUD. Or user interface. So we now have lighthouses too. Lighthouses don't really add much. They just kind of add a scenic area for your nuggets. But I think it's kind of cool. You can add them in areas that actually kind of make sense. So like out here, which would make sense. And a few other places too. But the more important part of this is that we can now upgrade the fishing piers. And, you know, I think we're going to just constantly have priests in our city. Nobody's really doing anything about it. So, yeah, we'll upgrade all of our fishing piers that exist right now. So all of these still need more glass. We're kind of barely surviving right now with how food is. If we look at a lot of our eateries, actually, I'm shocked. I would imagine that more eating spots would be full. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, there's quite a few people that are pretty close to starving. So they're probably... Like, are you going to go eat? Huh? Defending the city? Okay. What about food, buddy? You gotta eat. Let's go again and just heal him. For right now. And we'll give him some more energy. So we'll boost him up. Give him a good kickstart. Hey, come. Where are you going? Did I kickstart you? Yeah, I did. Okay. So we can't give him more food and more water. We just have to hope that he goes eats soon. We'll see what happens. Alright, so our electronics factory is up and running. So this needs iron, gas, and oil. Pretty much everything that we should have enough of. Yep, oil we have tons of, and gas we don't have a lot of, but we do have enough. So, and yeah. So they're going to start producing those. And then we can start upgrading a lot of stuff, which is really cool. So I think we're going to go in... Well, okay, so previously we went for the power plant, which, you know, was fine at when we were using, you know, when we converted into using power. But as we move forward into the future, I think we need to go on to a greener route. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily that nuclear power is not green, because it technically is. But I think solar panels would be pretty cool to go into. Next time, so next season, we run through this, we can go to the industrial boom instead, and we'll see what the nuclear power plants look like. So we're going to unlock eco-holism. And then maybe potentially we could actually get a hot air balloon. I don't know if those actually work yet. I've never seen them work. So, we'll see. Ooh. Ooh. Wowzers, that is... Well, first off, this person must be pretty, pretty wealthy. Because I'm going to assume that this 3-tier house belongs to one person. But maybe not. Probably not. That seems like a waste. And there's a lot of people crammed in there, so probably not. But we can, we can guess, or maybe like to assume that it's owned by one person. I don't know. I don't really know. I think it would be cool to be able to actually see into these rooms. It kind of looks like at some point we'll be able to, with how you can actually see like the outlines of a 3-dimensional room in there. But we'll have to see. Alright, so I'm going to actually, I think, end off here. I know this is a shorter video than usual. Usually it's like 45 minutes, maybe even longer. Maybe we're going to try to cut some videos shorter a little bit again. Shoot for that 30-minute mark instead of close to an hour. That's going to probably help you guys watch the whole thing in one sitting, which might be better for you guys. And yeah. So let's see here. What have we accomplished this episode? So we've accomplished making the steel mill, the other a new electronics factory, and let's see here. Power plant is not up and running yet. Still needs some more glass. In the next video, we might make another glass factory, but I don't know. That one seems... I think once we get over this hump, we're not going to need glass as much, but I could be entirely wrong and need it even more. So, we might produce more glass in the next episode. We built this bridge. A lot of our residential buildings are expanding and becoming taller, which is really cool. We've helped solve the food problem. I think that's still going to be a problem in the near future. So expanding on it will be better. Creating more farms, what will be good for us. The only problem is we're running out of room. You know, we're kind of like mountain locked in this area. And I want to try to break out of it. So hopefully we can do that. And it looks like a lot of schools are upgrading into universities, so that's exciting. Something that we really need is more educated nuggets. And I think that is pretty much it that we've done for this episode. So we've been pretty successful at what we wanted to do. So yeah. But as always, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, then hit that like button. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, answers, anything of the sorts, if you guys want your name in the game or any name at all, leave it in the comments down below, and I will name the last name of a nugget for you, and you guys can watch your family grow. And then also, yeah, I think... Yeah, and if you guys like this episode and you guys haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead and hit that subscribe. I'm posting from Monday through Friday right now, and that's really my schedule. I'm trying to post at 3 o'clock EST, so look out for those videos, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.